This week on the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast, Gabriel and Kaylin take a look at canceled trips of Sevier Middle School.
Also in this episode, Gary takes a look at movies and diversities in the Tri-Cities.
And in our sports segment, Kaylin and Gabriel investigate the importance of gym class. All this and more is coming up on the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast. Good morning, Sevier Middle. My name is Elizabeth.
And I'm Logan. Welcome to this week's episode of the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast.
With the end of the school year coming quickly, many 8th grade students are preparing for their Washington, D.C. trip. Sevier's 6th and 7th grade students used to go on trips too. Gabriel and Kaylin have the story.
Several years ago, all 3 grades took an end-of-the-year field trip. Some students think that we should bring the end-of-the-year trips back.
I do. I think it's a really great experience, and I've been on the 8th grade trip several times, and it's one of the best things that we do. However, I also realize that it's very big cost, and so I think that prohibits people from being able to do that.
Yes, because, it's middle school, and at the end of the year, everybody's trying to have some fun, and it would be good, so yeah.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Yes, I do.
6th and 7th grade students should have an opportunity to go, just like the 8th grade students do at the end of the year. I like the 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip, and we used to go in 7th grade to Nashville, or sometimes we went to Atlanta.
I think an end-of-the-year trip is a good thing. I think it's something for each grade level to look to and have something to look forward to and earn the right to go. Financially, it is difficult to get there, but I think it could be done.
Why the end-of-the-year trip stopped, only a few people know.
The 6th and 7th grade I'm not exactly sure specifically on why those have stopped. I would say it's a lot to do with the funding of those trips, but I do feel like some type of celebration at the end of the year for 6th and 7th grade would be something that we can look into.
The biggest issue was money. When the state of Tennessee changed how those trips must be paid for, then we had to reevaluate what we did and how we handle the situation, especially for fee waivers. And that is such a large sum of money that we decided to put all of our efforts towards an 8th grade trip. The 7th and 6th grade trips were obviously a lot less. They're not as long. And, while they could be done, it's just the extent of the money.
It used to be that 7th grade would go to Atlanta, Georgia. If the end-of-the-year trips came back, some students know where they would like to go.
It would be probably Dollywood, somewhere just like an amusement park or something. Amusement park would be pretty cool for them.
For 8th grade, I would keep it at DC.
I would probably go to Kings Island. It's kind of cool, not far from here at all.
Camp Explore.
6th graders used to go to Camp Explore. Depending on the place, some students would consider being away from their parents.
Yes, actually, I'm away from my parents right now. It's been 2 years.
Yes, I've been away from them for about 2 weeks.
To the max, probably 3 days.
As for the future of the trip, Mr. Warnke has the details.
I'm not sure about the trips actually taking a trip, but I do feel like there should be some type of celebration for the end of the year for all grade levels, and that could look a variety of ways, including a celebration out in the field, some type of field day event. The teachers and the students can develop ideas which would be, 1, cost effective, and 2, beneficial to students and celebrating the entire year.
Students suggest how long the trip should be.
If it's like an amusement park or something, then just like that day. But if it's like going somewhere, maybe like 1 or 2 days, just to have a little bit of fun.
To 1 or 2 days.
For 6th graders, it should be a couple days. Maybe for 7th graders, 5 days.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Gabriel and Kayla.
In other news, Kingsport City Schools has named Dr. Carmen Bryant as the new Assistant Superintendent of Instruction. Bryant replaces Dory Creech, who recently retired from KCS after 27 years.
John Sevier Middle School PTA President Katie Blaylock was selected to serve on the first ever Parent Advisory Board with Tennessee's Commissioner of Education. The Parent Advisory Board will give advice to Tennessee's Commissioner of Education.
A new school year is just around the corner. All students entering 7th grade must have immunizations recorded on a new Tennessee Certificate of Immunizations. Students may not begin school without having received their immunizations.
Most movies that theaters in East Tennessee show were made in Hollywood. There are many other filmmakers around the world. Gallery has the story of a petition to bring some of these films to the Tri-Cities.
Sheba Sethi, a passionate Bollywood lover, has created a petition called Bring Bollywood to the Tri-Cities.
The petition is we are more than 300 families in the Tri-Cities area, and we were just we have this brilliant new marquee cinema which just opened up in Bristol, and we were wondering if they could bring Bollywood movies, because we have to drive or to Knoxville or to Charlotte or Atlanta to watch one movie a year or more, because we have so many movies releasing every year, and the popularity of the movies, the distance just really is hard to make up to watch a Hindi movie, which is a 3-hour movie.
Sethi explains what Bollywood is.
Bollywood is the Indian film industry. All the movies shot in India, mostly Mumbai, which used to be Bombay, and that's why the B. And if you replace Hollywood with a B, it becomes Bollywood.
Bill Favorite, the manager of the Marquee Cinema at the Pinnacle, agrees that the theater can show these movies, but a petition is not the way to convince him.
We have the capability of doing it, and I think before we get to a petition, I think the first thing that needs to happen is, we need to have some discussions with the people who are interested in doing this. We need to have one-on-one discussions, and then we can see if it's a possibility.
I am not aware of this. It was only a week ago that I sent them an email after I watched the Star Wars movie that I mentioned. The petition started just by me sending an email to them, and people just got really enthusiastic about, oh yes, we can do this, we can get the Bollywood movie to a cinema close by us, and I hope it works, because of course we would love to talk to them, because we love talking about Bollywood, so we are ready to talk to them.
Students and teachers have mixed feelings of the idea of Bollywood movies coming to the Pinnacle.
Absolutely. First of all, it looks exciting and entertaining, and I have seen Slumdog Millionaire in the past. It is hands down one of my top 10 favorite movies, so it looks exciting and entertaining, so yes.
Yes, I would sign it, because I think that it's good to bring culture, like different types of culture, into the Tri-Cities, and I think it would be cool.
I would definitely see one. Since I have a degree in broadcasting, I'm interested in the way other countries and other people look at media, movies. Definitely I would see one.
Yes, because it was kind of cool, see all the action in it, and I feel like it would bring more diversity into the Tri-Cities and just kind of let people experience the Indian culture.
Yes, because I would like to see that movie.
Probably not, because it's not in English and I don't like reading.
Teaching world history, I think we need to have more cultural influences in this area so that people can see how other people in the world do things.
I absolutely would. I think anytime we can bring more cultural diversity to our area, it's just a good thing. And so I think it would be awesome.
Neil Agrawal is a supporter of the petition and voices his opinions why.
Petition of bringing Bollywood into Tri-Cities, I think, is extremely important. Because we have families from all walks of life, as India is a pretty big country in a way and has a diverse culture. But at the same time, one thing that brings all the cultures together is the Bollywood.
Sarah Edward Barthi, a person with a non-Indian background, married into the Indian culture, and she enjoys Bollywood movies too.
Yes, I enjoy Bollywood movies. I like all the singing and dancing. I like the outfits. I like most of the stories. They're very different than American movies, and in some ways they're more fun.
Edward Barthi believes people with non-Indian backgrounds will enjoy Bollywood movies, but it will take some work.
I think that I don't have an Indian background. I really don't, and I enjoy them. but I think it would take some work probably, because I don't think most people who are non-Indian would just go watch a Bollywood movie unless they were exposed to it in some way. I think once they were exposed to it and once they watched one, they would probably like it.
Sethi agrees. Anyone without an Indian background can enjoy Bollywood too.
Sure. I think Bollywood is worldwide famous, and I know a lot of people know about Bollywood movies. There have been movies like which portray India and people living in India and the culture, and people love singing and dancing. Who does not like singing and dancing? And I think all parts of world, all parts of, all different faces and languages do enjoy Bollywood because of what they are, the colorful, the music, the story. Some of them, some really true to India, like Slumdog Millionaire, I think was a big success, and I think a lot of people from Hollywood and all parts of the world watched it.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Gowrie.
Rain and weather temperatures hit the Kingsport area last week. What can we expect this week? Joshua is standing by in the weather center with the answer.
With temperatures going up and spring just around the corner, what can we expect from the weather this week? Good morning, my name is Joshua. Monday will start partly cloudy skies with a high near 67 degrees. At night there will be a low around 41 degrees. On Tuesday there will be a mix of clouds and sunshine. The high temperature will be 73 degrees. At night it will be partly cloudy with a low of 49 degrees. On Wednesday it will be partly cloudy again with a high near 75 degrees. At night some clouds will stick around. The low will be around 57 degrees. On Thursday, there will be a mix of clouds and sunshine. The high will be near 75 degrees. At night, there will be a 60% chance of rain. The low temperature will be about 55 degrees. Friday, we'll see rain showers in the morning and possible thunderstorms in the afternoon. The high will be 72 degrees and the low will be 50 degrees. That's it for this week's weather report. Now let's go back to the newscast studio.
Spring sports are kicking off in Kingsport. When will the first big game take place? Andrea has the answer in today's sports report.
Spring sports are preparing for competition. Good morning, Sevier Middle. My name is Andrea. The First Lady Warriors softball game will take place at Sevier on March 7th. The team will take on Buttonville Middle School, starting at 5 p.m. On March 8th, the softball team will play Church Hill at Church Hill starting at 4:30 p.m. The first track on field meet will take place on Thursday, March 10th. This scrimmage will take place at Kermit Tipton Stadium and will kick off at 3 p.m. Finally, the baseball team will play against T.A. Duggar on March 7th at Hunter Wright Stadium, starting at 4:30 p.m. On March 10th, the baseball team will face off against Liberty Bell and Hunter Wright Stadium, starting at 4:30 p.m. Although spring sports are about to begin, every student at Sevier is involved in athletics. Thanks to Jim, Gabriel and Kaylin will take a closer look at the importance of gym.
Gym is a big part of school life, and many students have it every day. But why is gym important?
Well, I think they perform better in the classroom if they get a little activity during the day. I think it's bad if a student has to sit in a chair all day long and doesn't get any PE. I think it really helps them overall. And plus, it's healthy.
It gives people an opportunity to get some exercise.
Keeps you healthy.
Because some kids don't get the amount of exercise they need.
I think gym helps your exercise and it keeps you fit.
While some think wellness should be part of science, Miss True thinks differently.
I think that there's so much that you have to get in your science classes that a good place for it is wellness. It's health, and healthy living goes right along with PE, so it makes sense to be as a part of that.
Just like with most things, students have a favorite part of gym class.
Basketball. Dodgeball.
I really like soccer.
My favorite part is probably doing soccer.
Basketball.
Many have suggestions for how to improve gym.
One thing I would like to do is have some more equipment, for example, like ping pong, to do some more individualized activities. Also, it would be nice to have smaller classes.
I would put a schedule so you know if you're in like the big gym or the little gym or even in the classroom.
Probably have like a schedule to which gym we're going to be in.
Well, I think it's important for their overall health, especially as they get older.
I think it's important that they have some lifelong activities that they can do as they age.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Gabriel and Kaylin.
That's it for this week's sports report. Now let's go back to the newscast studio.
With the DC trip approaching for 8th grade students, Kristen and Fatima hit the halls to find out how students feel about the canceled 6th and 7th grade trips.
6th and 7th graders don't have end-of-the-year trips like the 8th graders. We hit the halls to find out how students feel about this.
No, because the 8th grade trip is like their celebration trip for going into high school, and it's not that big of a deal for 6th and 7th graders.
Yes, because it'd be fun. And
yeah, if they have the money for it. If they don't, they probably shouldn't. But if they do, then yeah, because it's fun, even though I haven't been yet.
It would be a good opportunity to be good and practice for being good on the trip.
It's kind of special to go, and it's really expensive for 3 years for people to go.
I think they should, because since the 8th graders get to go, I think the 6th and 7th graders should get to go too.
Yes, if they're good all year, but not for, not for any reason.
Yes, because I think that since you're only for the 8th grade, since they get to go to DB, 7th and 8th grade should go somewhere too.
Yes, because they should experience the things that we get to.
I think yes, because it would be fair for them and for them to be included.
If you'd like to tell us your opinion, tweet us at the hashtag SSNHitsTheHalls, and we'll feature it in the next episode.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast.
When we return, Joshua and Andrea will report from the 8th grade career fair.
Elizabeth and Logan will take a closer look at Doctor Who fans at Sevier Middle School.
And in sports, Joshua and Andrea will report on Sevier's cheerleading tryouts.
I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Logan. Have a great week, Sevier Middle.